Hey, what's up, boys? This is Contango coming at you from Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And today we are doing Japan Round 2 in my 1940 Global Alternate Universe game against Corporal Clegg and Piloto. So let's do a flyby of the map to see where everything is at, and then we'll go ahead with the turn. So again, this is turn 2, the start of Japan's turn. Russia was last to go. Piloto moving a lot of stuff to the north to put some pressure on the Germans who are moving into France over here on this side. A lot of Italian ships down south. Germany took out this one city last turn on Germany turn 2. And the US has a lot of stuff over there. So that's where things are at right now. I'll give you a quick look at the board. So right now, the Axis have 8 cities, the Allies have 14. You can see still 50 IPC income differential in terms of how much money each side has on hand. So let's see what Japan can do about that. So to start off with, there's no new declarations of war. So nothing to change there. Japan is still going to be not at war with China. They can keep them out until the third turn. The buys are up there. So for $42, Japan is buying a naval base and 9 infantry, stack of 3 and a stack of 6. All right, so let's get started with some combat moves here. Which is going to be a little bit tricky because we're heading off the edge of the map. So let's start off with, I'm going to take the 2 infantry and the artillery and the tank and come to the other side of the map. So from here, the tank is going to blitz F12 and come into F10, and the 2 infantry and the artillery are just going to walk into F10. So there's no defenders, so this is going to be a walk-on. And we'll take care of the income later. All right, the next thing I think we want to do is we're going to take one of these transports that was in C-Zone 94, come up to here to C-Zone 93, pick up this 1 infantry off of the island, come down and drop an F20. So just 1 lone infantry there. Now up here, from Independent Neutral 13, so we've got the tank is going to blitz into A10 and then come right back. So he will end the turn there. Then we're going to have 2 infantry going into A9 from IN 13. And then we're going to have 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and the mechanized infantry go into F17 against the French. And then we are going to have some planes join in on this. So in the F7 battle, we're going to have a fighter and a tactical bomber from J4 are going to go through IN 13 and join in on that battle. And you'll have 2 movement left. And then on the A9 battle, we've got 1 fighter going 1-2. Just going to park it out there for now. And then both bombers are going to go 1-2 and have 4. 4 left in the gas gauge. And I believe that's it for all my combat moves. Let me just pause it here and check that I didn't miss anything. Okay, so that's that. I think that's all the combat moves. Sorry about the 2 bombers and the fighter, kind of not really in A9, but I think you get the picture. They're going into A9 with the 2 infantry. So I guess we just have 2 combats to resolve. So let's start with the A9 battle. So 2 infantry, a fighter, and 2 bombers versus 2 defending infantry. Alright, so we've got 2 infantry, a fighter, and 2 bombers. And we got 1 hit on the infantry, no less. And then the 2 defenders. Oh, sorry, can you even see this? So 2 greens and 2 misses. That's good. So we will get rid of 1 infantry for now, since they didn't get any hits. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, and we're going to go again. So again, we've got 2 infantry, a fighter, and 2 bombers. And we got 3 hits, which is more than enough. And this time we only have 1 defender. And he missed. Okay, so that's good news for Japan. So both of these ANZAC infantry are gone with no losses. So then on to the F7 battle. So we've got standalone infantry, an infantry and artillery pair, a fighter, and a tactical bomber against 2 French infantry. Okay, so this is going to be the standalone infantry, infantry and artillery, fighter, and a tactical bomber. And we got 2 hits, so that's good. And then we've got 2 defenders, and they both missed. Okay, so Japan is quite happy with how that went. Obviously, not losing anything. Okay, so let me pause it for a second, get rid of all these red arrows, and then we'll start doing non-combat moves. Okay, and before we do the non-combat moves, let's actually take care of the income right now. So this is going to be 2 from ANZAC to Japan. So ANZAC, Japan from 35 to 37, and ANZAC moving down to 11. Sorry, that was off screen, but they were at 13, now they're at 11. And then for France, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 off of France onto Japan. So where is France here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Japan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 45, even with the UK. Okay. So let's go ahead with some of these non-combat moves. Again, it'll be a little tricky just with moving off of the edge of the world here. Okay, so these 4 ships, actually the planes that I think are going to come as well. So an aircraft carrier, a cruiser, a battleship, and a destroyer, a fighter, and a tactical bomber are all going to move off the edge of the world. And end up over here. Clean that up later, but you get the idea. At the same time, these 5 transports from C-Zone 92 are going to load up with, from J15, there's going to be 3 infantry and 1 artillery. From J4, 1 infantry, so that's 5 units so far. And then from J2, we've got 4 infantry and 1 artillery. And so these are all going to join that fleet I put on the other side of the world in C-Zone 81. So I'm going to pause it, move them all, and then I'll show you in a second. Okay, so let's go over here and look at this. Try to clean things up a little bit. So we have in F10 now, there's the 4 units that walked over, and then 8 infantry and 2 artillery that jumped off those 5 transports. Okay, so this transport that's still remaining in C-Zone 94 is going to go into 93, pick up the mechanized infantry and 1 infantry from J15 that were remaining, and then it's going to come back into 94 and drop in F22. If you can see that. So 1 infantry, 1 mechanized infantry. The cruiser and the aircraft carrier are going to go ahead and move up here into C-Zone 94. Also, I think we'll do 1 fighter on here. The tactical bomber is going to land in F22. Also, the submarine, can you see this? Yes, from 125 is going to go 1-2 into C-Zone 94. And the battleship from 92 is going to go into 94. Okay, so then we have a lot of planes to move. See if I can get this all in one shot. It might not be possible the way I've got things laid out here. Okay, let's start with these two, this fighter and tactical bomber in J4. They're going to go into F22. Okay, so then we've got a fighter in J15. It's going to go into F22. And then the 2 fighters and 2 tactical bombers from J4 also into F22. I'm going to spill over a little bit here for now, and then I'll clean up a bit later. But those are all in F22. Okay, so then this destroyer in C-Zone 90 is going to 92. The aircraft carrier from 107 is going into 92, as well as the destroyer. And then I think I want these, the fighter and the tactical bomber, to also be on that aircraft carrier. And there's 1 fighter in J11, which is going to J15. Okay, then up here, we are going to have this fighter that was in A9 is going back to IN13. The 2 bombers from A9 have 4 movement left. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Land on J15. I guess that's just in your vision. Okay, then from F7, 1 tactical bomber is going to go into IN13. The fighter is going to go, I think, into J2. These 4 infantry from J2 are moving to IN13, along with the anti-aircraft gun. Infantry in J1 is going to J2. This infantry from UK16 is moving back to J4. The artillery will stay there. The destroyer in 104 is going to go 1, 2. Maybe it'll go here. No, I think you can go here. We'll go here. 106. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me pause it here and think if I've missed anything. So, all right, 2 small adjustments here that I see I've missed. First of all, the sub in C-Zone 65 is going to move down 1 into C-Zone 76. And then the tank in J6 is going to move to J7. So I think that's it. Right, I'm going to pause it one more time just to make sure. All right, one more slight change. I'm going to take this fighter off of the aircraft carrier and put it directly onto F-22. Okay, so I think that's it for non-combat moves. So then we just need to place our units. So let me grab those. First of all, there's going to be 6 infantry in J14. Then we've got 3 infantry at J9. And the naval base, which I just dropped on the floor. So I'm going to get another one. Okay, that is going into F-22. Okay, so that should be everything. So let's do one more flyby of the map at the end of the turn. You know what, we'll do this first and I'll count out the units. A lot going on here in what Corporal Clegg would call not Europe. So, okay, so that's how we look at the end of Japan's second turn. And so I'll call out the units here. In F10, we have 1 tank, 3 artillery, and 10 infantry. In, what C-Zone is this, 81? Must be 81. We have an aircraft carrier with a tactical bomber and a fighter, a battleship, a cruiser, a destroyer, and 5 transports. Over here in 106, we have a destroyer. In 92, we have 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier, a fighter, and a tactical bomber. I also missed the sub in 76. We have a transport in 111. In 94, we have a battleship, an aircraft carrier, a cruiser, a transport, and a sub. In F20, we have 1 infantry. In F22, we have 1 infantry, 1 mechanized infantry, 5 fighters, 4 tactical bombers. J10 has 1 anti-aircraft gun. Here in J15, we have 2 bombers, a fighter, and an anti-aircraft gun. In J14, we have 6 infantry and 2 AA guns. J12 has 1 infantry. J11 has an anti-aircraft gun. J5 has 5 infantry, 1 artillery. J6 has 2 mechanized infantry. J7 has 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and 1 tank. J9 has 3 infantry. J2 has 1 infantry and 1 fighter. IN 13 has 4 infantry, 1 tactical bomber, 1 fighter, 1 tank, 1 AA gun. J4 has 1 infantry. UK 16 has 1 artillery. F7 has 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 mechanized infantry. A9 has 2 infantry. And I think that's it. I think I called out everything. All right, so next up should be Corporal Clegg with the USA, China, and the UK. So good luck to him, and I will talk to you later. All right, sorry, I'm back. I realized I forgot to do the income. So we have Japan at 43. I don't see any convoys currently over here or over here. So 43 is their income, and then they have still this national objective for not being at war with China for an extra +5. So that should put them at 48 total. All right, I think that's it. Thanks.